card. A card issuer will typically issue a temporary refund while the company investigates a disputed charge, which sometimes can take 30 to 90 days. If your credit card information is stolen, your identity may have been too, so I would recommend freezing your credit until you can determine if your identity is safe. And this form of identity theft is particularly dangerous as a fraudster can then use account information to apply for new credit, take out fraudulent loans, as well as collect personal data. You know, there's no way of preventing fraudulent activity from happening to you, but there are best practices that you can put into place in your own life. One, I suggest unlinking any card information that you may have stored on Apple Pay or Samsung Pay. There's just way too many flaws in both systems and your information is simply just not safe. Two, I would recommend using a credit card instead of a debit card for online as well as in-person transactions. Debit cards are a direct link to your money, and fraudulent transactions may not always be refunded. Credit cards, however, are linked to credit companies, and it's just a much better situation to be in, not wanting to pay your credit card bill than to not have money at all due to fraudulent transactions in your checking accounts via your debit card. There's so many scams happening here today in 2023, and you want to stay vigilant and keep yourself safe as best you can. Never trust gas pumps. Go inside and pay. Scammers can place skimmers inside of gas pump payment terminals to steal card information. The same can happen at the inside payment terminal, however, it's much less common due to a criminal having to actually go inside to place the skimmer. It's much easier for a scammer to just pull up to a gas pump or a standalone ATM and place their skimmer, which is why it's just best to never use a gas pump or an ATM. Go to the bank to withdraw money, go inside to pay for your gas. Skimmers are becoming much more popular than they ever have been, so you want to be careful and always do your due diligence. You want to check to see if you see anything weird. Pull on the payment terminal when using your credit or debit card. Look inside the card slot. Take all precautions because it is crazy out here and scammers are unfortunately abundant.
There's anger. For me, there's anger. Some of the other people I talk to are afraid. I get mad. Some clown stole from me.
Started with a late night home invasion and a shooting and ended up with an even bigger discovery. Police say they found evidence of credit card skimming and fraud in a local storage center.
They did know each other. This was not a random act.
29-year-old Steve Jean and 31-year-old Stevenson Desauguste. After detectives questioned the two, they got a search warrant.
That brought us to a storage locker in Malden where a large amount of illegal contraband was seized.
Inside the storage locker was something that stunned police. $30,000 in cash, a 9mm handgun, and a huge credit card fraud operation.
Skimmers, numerous credit cards, all kinds of computer equipment that they could just take your credit card information, very easily clone it, and they'd be off and running.
This is where I first learned